Now at 9 o'clock, tonight family and friends along with brothers and sisters in blue continuing to mourn one of their own killed in the line of duty earlier this week. 29-year-old officer Zane Coolidge putting up a fight for his life for several days. But yesterday, we received the devastating news that he did not survive his injuries after a shooting earlier this week. This is 12 News at 9 o'clock this Saturday night. I'm Jonathan McCall. Thanks so much for spending time with us. Tonight, 12 News journalist Tricia Hendricks going one-on-one with Phoenix Interim Police Chief Michael Sullivan about his loss and the promise the department has now made to Coolidge's family.
Please be there and help us grieve. I think as a department, we are grieving.
In an emotional interview with 12 News, Interim Police Chief Michael Sullivan talks about the passing of 29-year-old Phoenix police officer Zane Coolidge.
He was an officer, but he was a father, a husband, a brother, a son that's not there anymore.
Tuesday night, Officer Coolidge, a 5-year veteran of the department, was responding to an attempted car break-in near 16th Street in McDowell when police say the suspect, 41-year-old Saul Ball, shot Officer Coolidge and Officer Matthew Haney.
We call an incident where an officer is shot as a 999, and my phone went off and I picked it up and I saw those numbers that you never want to see.
Haney, who's been with the department for 2 years, was released from the hospital on Wednesday, but has been involved in law enforcement for 9 years. While we were initially told he was saved by his vest, now Sullivan is sharing new information.
He was shot. He has a bullet lodged in his body right now. We don't know if the vest actually played a part in deflecting the bullet. Or what, how exactly that occurred.
But Coolidge's injuries were too much to overcome.
It's heartbreaking.
He died in the hospital Friday, leaving behind a loving family, including a wife and a 5-month-old baby girl.
He fought valiantly, and the injuries were just too severe. We're going to continue to hurt.
We're grieving. We're hurting.
Leif Myers is the Phoenix police commander at the Mountain View precinct where Coolidge had been assigned.
The Mountain View precinct is going through a range of emotions, of healing, being there for Zane and his family, while continuing to do the good work that the men and women do there.
Sullivan says Officer Coolidge's legacy will forever be a part of the department. And while his family continues to deal with unimaginable grief, he says they will do everything they can to help them through their darkest hours. Sullivan says they pledge that his family will always be a part of the Phoenix police family.
Both officers, in my eyes, are heroes. They put themselves in harm's way. They didn't hesitate.
Despite this immense loss, Sullivan says they will continue to hold their heads up high and do their fallen colleague proud by continuing to serve our community with the courage and integrity that is Phoenix Police Department.
The community called on them, and they did what they were trained to do.
In Phoenix, Tricia Hendricks, 12 News.
41-year-old Saul Ball, the man accused of shooting Officer Coolidge, is being held at the Maricopa County Jail tonight on a number of charges. In just the last 90 minutes, Phoenix police sending out a statement that his attempted murder charges have now been upgraded to first-degree murder charges for the actions that led to Officer Coolidge's death. As for funeral services for Officer Coolidge, Phoenix police tonight say that those are still pending. Officer Coolidge, at least the 4th Arizona law enforcement officer killed in the line of duty this year. This Tuesday, a barbecue fundraiser will be held in honor of Officer Coolidge, along with Officer Haney and their families. It begins at 11 o'clock in the morning at the Phoenix Law Enforcement Association headquarters. You can find more details right now at 12news.com. And stay with 12 News for continuing coverage right here. You can find extended coverage of this story right now on air and online at 12news.com.